I was leaving shul this morning. I was having a conversation with someone, and he said something very, very powerful and profound. He said to me, "Rabbi, it's great to have you back after your week of isolation," but he said, it feels like we're going through things over again. It feels like 2020 and 2021 and now 2022 feels like it's a repeat. It's hit repeat button. The same fear, the anxiety, the things that are occurring around us with the pandemic, with COVID-19. I thought about this for a moment and I said the following. I said, you know what? You're right in a way. Yes, there's lots of anxiety around us. There's lots of uncertainty. The virus is spreading again rampantly through the community. But I said there's one thing that can be different. We cannot control what's happening in terms of the virus that's spread, what the lawmakers are doing or the politicians are deciding. I said there's one thing that can be different, which is up to us. And that's how we decide to behave this time around. I said, look at the shelves in the supermarkets. Again, panic buying. And you ask yourself the question, why are people doing this again? Why are they not acting differently? Why are they not behaving differently? And sadly, the answer is that sometimes it's hard to break our human nature. Look in our parasha this week, the parasha of Beshalach. The Jewish people leave Egypt. They see a sea split. And all of a sudden, they start complaining about water. And our sages tell us at that point, it wasn't the water that was bitter that they were giving. It was their attitude. They were bitter. Ki marim haim. And then Hashem gives them manna in the heavens. And what happens this time round? Again, many of them don't trust that Hashem is going to give them the bread. They see the bread falling from the sky. And yet they go out on Shabbat, and they're supposed to have collected 2 portions on Friday. They go out on Shabbat, and again they see that they've been mistaken. They should have listened to Hashem. And so we see that pattern. Instead of them understanding that, yes, sometimes the environment they cannot control, but how they behave, that's within their power, that's within their control. And certainly I'm not undermining the reality of what we face at the moment. As I said, I've just gone through COVID myself. I understand the fear, the anxiety, the uncertainty, and we have to take precautions. We have to be safe. We have to be careful, of course. But the question is, are we going to be different this time around? Are we going to learn from the mistakes of the past? Are we going to learn that, instead of rushing out to rip the shelves of what's needed, remember there are those who are less fortunate, who don't have. And by stripping the shelves bare, people who literally don't have food are going to suffer. So yes, things might be looking the same. Things might be similar in terms of the way the pandemic is progressing. But let's not make the mistake of us behaving the same way. We've learned from our mistakes. Let's be kind. Let's be considerate. Let's be caring for each other. Let's have a positive attitude. And hopefully that will steer us through this in a much stronger, much better, and hopefully much healthier way. Have a good Shabbos and a beautiful weekend ahead.